Students, so welcome back to physics online class. So in previous videos we had been discussing about a electrostatic potential. So in case of a common center, and if one sphere is immersed or if one sphere is enclosed in the another sphere, what will be the potential of that another sphere. So such kind of things we already understood. In today's class we will be discussing about a behavior of conductor in presence of external electric field. So basically we know in high school physics what you mean by that conductor, or what you mean by that insulator. On what basis I am going to be categorized that, so this metal as a conductor and this metal as a insulator. What are the characteristics properties of the conductor and characteristics properties of the insulator here? So in case of a conductor, so in generally I know the thing, so the material which can allows the electricity, so the material which can pass the current, so such kind of materials I will name it as a conducting material. So the metal which does not allow the flow of current, so such metal I will name it as a insulator. So what are the speciality of that conductor? Why that conductors only can allow the current, why not that insulator? So answer for that one is that conductor consists of free electrons. So what's the speciality of the conductor? That conductor involving a free electrons. What's the mean of this free electrons? So free electron means, so in case of writing that electronic configuration 1s2 2s2 2p6, like that you are going to write that electronic configuration, that outermost shell is loosely bound to the nucleus. So if that outermost shell is loosely bound to the nucleus means, so that electron will detach from the nucleus, so that electron will move freely, or that electron will starts moving randomly inside the material. So such electron we are going to be considered as a free electrons. So these free electrons are free from the nucleus and not so free from to leave the electron, means leave the metal. So for example, in case of the conductor I said it consists of free electrons and it is moving randomly inside the material, but these free electrons are not so much free to leave out of the material. These free electrons are moving randomly inside the material or on the surface of the material, sorry. So these free electrons are moving on the surface of the material. So now today we will be discussing on that behavior of a conductor in presence of external electric field. So let me continue with that. Behavior of conductor in electric field. In electric field we will consider. So basically we know the meaning of conductor here. So conductor is nothing but what? So the metal which can allows the current pass through it, so that metal I will name it as a conductor. And insulator, so what's that insulating material? The metal which does not allow the current pass through it, so such metal I will name it as the insulator here. So in case of that conductors, that conductor consists of free electrons, that insulator does not consist of free electrons. So outermost shell is completely filled here, so outermost shell is partially filled here. So this conductor materials have that free electrons. So which thing is responsible for that passage of the current in any conducting material here? So the reason for that is, so that metal consists of free electrons, the material which consists of free electrons. So such material I will name it as a conducting material. So let me pause here. So 1 second. So such metal I will name it as a free electrons here. So in case of that insulator, it consists of bound electrons. So outermost shell is tightly bound with the nucleus here. So in case of that insulator, there is no free electrons, so current does not pass through the insulating material. So in case of that behavior of conductor, so let me consider that. So what is the net electric field interior of the conductor? So first I will understand that characteristics properties of a conductor. So first characteristic properties is, so first characteristic property is, so net electric field net electric field interior of the net electric field, interior of the conductor is 0. So what is the first property I said? Net electric field interior of the conductor is 0. Why should be that electric field is 0 inside the conductor here? So the reason for that is, for example, first let me consider one conducting material or conducting sheet I will take. So this conducting sheet I will place it in a uniform electric field region. So this conducting sheet I will place in presence of uniform electric field region. So electric field direction, so it moves from positive to negative. So this conducting sheet, is placed in presence of external electric field here. So this is the direction of external electric field. So this is the direction of external electric field. So this conductor consists of that positive ends as well as negative ends. So in case of that conductor, number of positive ends are equal to number of negative ends. So it is electrically neutralized. So suppose, so in this conductor, that conductor consists of both positive ends as well as negative ends. So look at here. So the entire electrons present in the conductor, these electrons are starts drifting towards the left side here. Why that electrons are drifting towards the left side here? Why? Because direction of electric field is from positive to negative. So if it is act like a positive, means electrons are present inside the conductor, it is moving towards the left side here. Electrons are comes to the left side and positive ions will shift to the right side here. So look at here, in case of that conductor, so negative ions will shift towards the left side, whereas positive ions will shift towards the right side here. So look at here, so this conductor is placed in an external electric field I said. So this is the direction of external electric field. So here that electron is moving towards the left and positive ions are moving towards the right, means so there will be existence of induced electric field inside the conductor. So because of the moment of negative ions and as well as that positive ions, there will be a induced electric field inside the conductor. And what is the direction of this induced electric field? So this induced electric field is opposite to the direction of external electric field. So look at here, when the conductor is placed in an external electric field, so this is the direction of external electric field I said. So conductor consists of positive ions as well as negative ions. All the negative ions will drift towards the left side, and whereas all positive ions will move towards the right side here. So during this moment of that electrons as well as protons, there will be a electric field inside the conductor. So that electric field is induced electric field. This induced electric field is opposite to the direction of external electric field. Then what about the net electric field here? So net electric field is nothing but a external electric field minus of electric field is due to the conductor here. So if that magnitude of external electric field and magnitude of induced electric field is same, means what about the net electric field inside the conductor? So net electric field inside the conductor is 0. So what's the first property I said here? Net electric field interior of the conductor is 0. What should be the reason for that 0 electric field inside the conductor? So the reason for that is, when the conductor is placed in an external electric field, so in that moment so conductor consists of positive ions and negative ions. All the positive and negative ions will accumulate at left and right side of the conducting sheet here. Because of the moment of the electron as well as positive ions, there will be a electric field induced inside the material. This induced electric field is opposite to the direction of external electric field. So net electric field value inside the conductor is 0 here. So we'll move towards next property. So next one is, so the direction of electric field. So what will be the direction of electric field here? So electric field is always normal to the surface here. What is the direction of electric field here? So electric field is always normal to the surface here. Normal to the surface in the sense electric field is always directed perpendicular to the surface here. Why the electric field is always normal to the surface, I need to understand here. So what is the next property here? So behavior of conductor in presence of external electric field. So second property I will name, I'm going to be understand here. So that is electric field is always normal to the surface of the conductor. Normal to the surface of the conductor. So electric field is always normal to the surface of the conductor. Just a minute, I will check whether video is putting on or not. Okay. So electric field is always normal to the surface of the conductor. Why that electric field is always normal or perpendicular to the surface of the conductor? If suppose if that electric field is parallel to the surface, then what happens here? So look at here, I need to understand the concept. Why should that electric field is always normal to the surface of the conductor? So let me understand here. So if that electric field line is along the direction, means electric field is parallel to the conducting sheet, means so what happens here? So if suppose if that electric field lines are tangent to the surface, so tangent means nothing but what? Parallel. If suppose if the electric field lines are tangent to the surface, means electrons are easily flow from that one point to another point in a static situation. So but in reality, in static situation, there is no such moment of electrons. So look at here, why should I consider that electric field is always normal to the surface here? So why? Because if suppose if that electric field is tangent to the surface, then easily electron must flow from that one point to another point. So if the electrons are easily flowing from that one point to another point, means in static situation I will get the current, but it is not possible. So in static situation I won't get current. So when the current is going to be formed here, when electrons are moving from that one point to another point, then only current is produced here. So in case of that static situation, I won't get any kind of current. So it means that electric field must be normal to the surface. If suppose if that electric field is tangent to the surface, means I will get the electric current in a static situation, but in static situation I won't get any kind of current. So I want to believe that so electric field is always so normal to the surface here. So why? Because if that electric field is tangent or parallel to the surface, means electrons are easily flowing here. Suppose this is one surface. So what is the rule I said? Electric field is always normal to the surface. So this is the direction of electric field. Suppose if that electric field is not normal, so I am believing for some extent if electric field line is parallel or tangent to the surface, then what happens here? If electric field lines are so tangent, means so electrons are easily move from that one point to another point in static situation, so I will get the current. But in reality, in static situation I won't get the current. So that is what I will believe, that electric field is always normal to the surface. So we'll move next one. What is the charge inside the conductor? What is our answer? So charge inside the conductor is 0. Third one is charge inside the conductor is 0. Inside the conductor is 0 here. Why charge inside the conductor is 0? So in case of that conductor, I said that number of positive ends are is equal to number of negative ends, so it is electrically neutral. Or in other sense, this property I will understand from that Gauss law here. So for example, so consider this is one surface here. So I want to get that what is the net charge or what is the charge inside the conductor here. So for example, so from that Gauss law, phi is equal to what? Q by epsilon naught. So phi is nothing but a electric flux here. So shall I write that electric flux as a E into d of S here? It is equal to Q by epsilon naught. what is the electric field inside the conductor? So just now we discussed that electric field inside the conductor is 0. So if E is equal to 0 means what? If E is equal to 0, then flux value is 0. If flux value is 0 means charge is also 0 here. So I want to believe that net charge on the conductor, so net charge inside the conductor is 0. So why that charge inside the conductor is 0? Why? Because if electric field is 0 means, so flux value is 0, so and then charge value is also 0 here. So next one is so in case of that conductor, so we will going to be understand that what is the direction of electric field here, and what is the value of electric field inside the conductor, and what is the charge inside the conductor. So first we understood that electric field inside the conductor is 0. Then we discussed about that, so net charge inside the conductor is 0, and as well as we come to know that, so electric field is always normal to the surface here. So next we will move that. So what is the value of potential inside the conductor? So electrostatic potential is constant. Electrostatic potential is constant throughout the surface. So we are understanding that behavior of conductor here. So in case of that behavior of conductor, fourth one is electrostatic potential is constant throughout the surface. So why should I believe that electric potential value is constant throughout the surface? For example, so treat this one is one conductor, inside the conductor electric field is 0. So from that relation between field and potential, E is equal to minus of dV by dr here. So if E is equal to 0 means, so what about the potential here? So dV by dr is equal to 0 means V is equal to constant here. So what is the potential value here? Potential value is constant here. So by mathematical expression we come to know that potential value throughout the conductor is 0. So theoretically, how will you understand the concept of electrostatic potential is constant throughout the surface here? So look at here. So inside that conductor electric field is 0, I said. So inside the conductor electric field is 0 means along the tangential direction there is no component here. So look at here. So in case of that conductor, so electric field inside the conductor is 0. So just now I said that electric field is always normal to the surface of the conductor. Along the tangential direction there is no component here. So along the tangential direction if there is no component means, for example here one test charge is there. So I want to bring this test charge from that one point to another point here. So I want to bring that test charge from that point A to point B here. So in order to bring this test charge from that point A to point B, what is that work done here? Work done will be 0 here. Why I take that work done is 0? Why? Because there is no potential difference between point A and point B here. If there is no potential difference means work done is 0 here. So from the concept V is equal to W by Q. So if that there is no potential or there is no potential difference between point A as well as at point B, if that potential difference is 0 means work done is 0 here. So if that work done is 0 means, so I will consider that electrostatic potential is constant throughout the surface here. So look at here. Why should I consider that electrostatic potential is constant throughout the surface here? Why? Because in case of that conductor along tangential direction, so in tangential direction there is no components here. So along the tangential direction if there is no component means, so work done to bring a unit test charge from one point to another point is 0. If that work done is 0 means there is no potential difference here. If there is no potential difference means potential is same at every point. So potential value will be constant throughout the conductor as well as on the surface of the conductor. So look at here, potential value is constant inside the conductor as well as on the surface of the conductor here. So remember the point here, electrostatic potential is constant throughout the surface here. So next one is so we'll look at behavior of conductor, so in presence of external electric field. So next one is, so electric field is always proportional to surface charge density. So electric field is proportional to what? Or electric field is depends on what, which factor here? Electric field is always proportional to surface charge density. What is the next one here? So fifth one is electric field is always proportional to surface charge density. So it means that E is proportional to sigma. So why should I believe that electric field is always proportional to surface charge density? So for that purpose, so first I will consider one irregular conducting sphere here. So now let me consider one Gaussian surface here. So for example, so this is Gaussian surface here. So this one is Gaussian surface. I will draw on that imaginary cylinder here. That imaginary cylinder is partially dipped into the conductor and partially it is exposed outside the conductor here. So look at here. So I want to show that electric field is always proportional to surface charge density. So in order to show that electric field is always proportional to surface charge density, first I will consider one conducting sheet here. So I will choose that Gaussian surface here. So let this is D of S. So this will be the direction of electric field. Electric field is always normal to the surface, I said. If it is normal to the surface means this is surface, means this is normal to the surface here. So now let me show that E is proportional to sigma. So from Gauss law, phi is equal to what? Q by epsilon naught here. So where phi is nothing but a electric flux. So electric flux, shall I write it as a E into D of S here, where Q is nothing but a charge. From the surface charge density, sigma is equal to Q divided by S or D of S here. Shall I write that Q is equal to sigma into D of S? This I will name it as equation 2 and this is equation 3 here. So in equation 1, wherever Q is there, so shall I fill that one as a sigma into D of S? So wherever phi is there, so just I will take it as a E into D of S here. So I will substitute equation 2 and 3 value in equation 1 here. So put equation 2 and 3 value in equation 1. So if I substitute the values, so wherever flux phi is there, so phi is equal to what? E into D of S. E into D of S. And wherever Q is there, so that is also equal to sigma into D of S divided by epsilon naught here. Surface will get cancelled out here. E is equal to what? Sigma by epsilon naught. So what is the property here? So electric field is always proportional to surface charge density. So in case of that behavior of conductor in presence of external electric field here. So in order to understand such things, so we'll understand that properties, or we'll understand some phenomena here. So electric field is always proportional to surface charge density, I said. So how that electric field is always proportional to surface charge density here? So for that purpose, first I will consider one conductor here. So I will choose one Gaussian surface here. So let me draw on that imaginary cylinder here. If I apply Gauss law to this particular Gaussian surface, so phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. I know phi value and I know Q value. If I substitute the values, E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught here, or in that vector form, vector E is equal to sigma by epsilon naught into n cap. So that is unit vector. So in theory examination, they will ask the question like so. Show that electric field is proportional to surface charge density. So electric field is proportional to surface charge density. E is proportional to sigma here. So hope you are understanding these things. So let me move further next one. So that is electrostatic shielding here. So what is that electrostatic shielding? So shield is nothing but a protect here. So the phenomenon of protecting region from external electric field is known as electrostatic shielding here. What is electrostatic shielding here? Electrostatic shielding. So what is electrostatic shielding here? So electrostatic shielding is nothing but the phenomenon of protecting region from external electric field. I will name that one as a electrostatic shielding. So in case of that electrostatic shielding, I will consider that cavity here. So that cavity has no charge here. So that cavity has no charge means inside the cavity charge value is 0 here. So inside the cavity charge value is 0 means Q is equal to 0, E is also equal to 0 and V is having constant value. Electric field is 0 and charge is 0 and potential is constant here. So here that electric field lines are try to enter here. So in case of that electrostatic shielding, so what I said about that electrostatic shielding here, it is the phenomenon of protecting region from external electric field. So external electric field will not enter into this cavity. So in this cavity electric field value is 0. Such shielding I will name it as a electrostatic shielding. What is that electrostatic shielding here? The phenomenon of protecting region from external electric field is known as electrostatic shielding here. So in case of that electrostatic shielding, so electric field, external electric field will not enter into the cavity here. So that I will name it as a electrostatic shielding. So what are the applications of these electrostatic shielding? So during that thunderstorm, so you heard that news. So during that thunderstorm, it is safer to stand so below that of iron sheet, or it is safer to sit inside the car rather compared to that standing nearby the tree here. So during the thunderstorm, it is safer to sit inside the car as compared to that of standing nearby the tree. Why? Because so in case of that car, so whatever the sheet is there, so that sheet will not enter the electric field lines inside the cavity. So it won't allows the electric field lines inside the cavity. So electric field lines will not enter into the cavity here. So that is what, so we will say that it is safer to sit inside the car rather by standing outside the tree, so during the thunderstorm. And one more example, in case of that electronic devices, so some devices are how to protect from the external electric field. In order to protect from external electric field, I should be shield from the external electric field. So that I will name it as a electrostatic shielding. In case of that electrostatic shielding, so external electric field lines will not enter into the cavity. So electric field inside the cavity is 0. It won't allow the electric field lines. So that shielding reason we will name it as a electrostatic shielding here. So hope you understand these things, and remaining thing will continue in next class. So thank you.